escucha la neta.
Es la neta. Una producción del DJ Mix Mix para el nuevo Imperio Enterprises. Radializando.
Sin pelos en la lengua. Sin pelos en la lengua.
Es la neta.
Sin pelos en la lengua. Sin pelos en la lengua.
For more information on the Voice of San Joaquin, go to tvosj.org.
Hola, hola, bienvenidos a KXVS. Ya no es KXVS, ahora es tvosj.org. We are no longer KXVS 92.1 FM, but we are the Voice of San Joaquin, TVOSJ. And today is La Voz with Betty Ramirez. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do appreciate you in a big way. As that I always say, today I do have some guests. And you know what? We're going to be featuring them today for the first time here on the radio on La Voz. And, you know, I met them, well, I met Juan at open mic at the Mexican Heritage Center. And when I heard him sing, I thought, oh, no, gotta have him over here at the radio station. So thank you, Juan, for coming in. Thank you for bringing your band. I appreciate you. We're going to be, I guess you're going to be playing the next couple of hours music. And not only that, but I want to hear a little history about the band, when it started, type of music that you play, and the reason.
The band started around the time I moved back to Stockton. I opened up a studio where I was giving music lessons, and it actually started out with, you know, friends from church and friends and my students, actually. You know, so anybody that ranged from 5 to 60, 70 years old. So we had a wide range of people that been in and out of this band, and so, you know, as we progress, we're getting better, and the musicians we have are just phenomenal, and I'm glad they're here to play. As far as the history, 2 years ago I started on this project, which was Love Song Collection Volume 1, and so, you know, there have been a few people that come in and out of the band, but, you know, we just keep pushing forward, and we keep getting better, and this is who you have now. Style of music is pop, rock, and with Latin flavor in it. I always, if it's unusual or something, I always want to just kind of, you know, go into new ground, you know. And so we have that as far as the genres that we focus on as a group here. We're a Stockton-based band. Let me go ahead and introduce the band right now. We have Ray Villarreal on guitar and vocals. We have TJ Goldenberg on bass and vocals. We have Ronnie Lang on the bongos right there, and we also have Eugene Lewis on the cajon. We also have Herman Roca, but he's injured right now, so he couldn't be here today. But you know, he's here in spirit, and so tonight we're playing at the Blackwater, which is going to be 912 North Yosemite. Here at Stockwater, yeah. And then in 2 weeks we're going to be playing in Press over there by the plaza in downtown Stockton. So that's what we have going on for the month of April. I started playing the guitar. I was playing clarinet and band in school and things like that. I was playing a bunch of instruments, French horn. I just at school I was just opening up lockers and just looking for instruments to play, and so I got to, you know, work or learn a huge variety of instruments. And then once I became a teenager, a friend of mine had introduced me to the guitar, and he's like, "You should play guitar." And so I got the guitar that you are seeing right in front of you today. And so ever since then, it was like, okay, now that I got some chords down, I started writing songs. And then once I started writing songs, I was like, okay, well, now I got to sing my songs. And so that's how I learned to sing, and just kept going, you know. Who inspires me? Three big inspirations as far as my music is Bach, Johann Sebastian Bach, and Mozart, and the Beatles.
Hello, my name is TJ Goldenberg. I play the bass here. I have this nice Gino. Gino, we're looking for a sponsorship if you're out there. I have this nice Gino. And I play the bass because I can't sing. So I do the backup vocals, and then I play the bass. Oh, well, thank you. That's so sweet of you to say. And then I've been playing since I was very young. So, as long as I can remember, I could just pick up an instrument and make music. And people would be like, wait a minute, that sounds really good. And it wouldn't even have any theory or anything behind it. It just would always turn into music. And then so I did some schooling in music after that when I got, when I was a teenager. And then just have always been a part of my life. I feel like it's a tool to make the world a better place, and that's what we're doing here today. That's just our whole purpose. That's why we make this music, just to help people and to make sure people feel good in their lives. Because we know it's a hard world sometimes, so we just want you to feel good out there. And that's what we're doing. Oh, my inspirations on the very wide range. Dizzy Gillespie is probably one of my biggest inspirations, just because his cheeks are so big. But I ended up working on the other cheeks instead. As far as bass goes, I like John Entwistle is a big influence. Phil Lesh of the Grateful Dead, John Entwistle of the Who. Ka-chow is probably, for Latin bass, is my biggest influence. I love Ka-chow. His arrangements and his bass playing. He basically invented mambo, Cuban bass player, upright. Amazing stuff. And I'm going to pass you on to Ronnie right here.
Hello, how you doing? My name's Ronnie Lang. I play the bongos. And the thing that brought me to the bongos is that when I was a kid, 5, 6 years old, my grandfather used to raise fighting roosters, and he used to make me go out there and spar with him. Well, I used to like the noise that came from when the rooster would hit the garbage can lid and that sound projected. I started putting garbage cans together, wooden boxes, and just started making my own sounds. And ever since then, I've been banging on everything. Therapy was another reason why I started at a later time to play, because banging the bongos was good therapy. Now I'm learning, but the inspirations for me are the people that I play around, like right now. That's about what it is. Life is so good. It's never too old to start to do anything. And you'll see as everything evolves. But enough of me. Everybody that I'm around, I'm inspired every day. People with well names, people that are well known, they're great, and I love all that music. But my strongest inspirations come from people that I'm around every day. Here's Lewis.
Hi, everybody. My name is Eugene Lewis. Hi, how are you out there and here as well? I started playing drums when I was 3 years old. I started beating on everything, and my parents thought something was wrong with me. They'd buy me Tonka toys. No matter what they bought me, I would beat on it. So I was trying to convey to them that I wanted to play the drums, because when I would go to church, I would always look at the drummer, and it just seemed like I could just feel this energy coming from these drums. So when I go home, I try to get my parents to get me some drums, but I couldn't talk good enough to tell them. So one day I finally got through to them by taking off the cardboard off of the hangers, the ones that you get from the cleaners, and so I took those and I took some boxes that I had that stacked into each other, and they were almost bigger than me at the time, and I put them around me and I set them up in the living room where my dad would have to walk by when he gets out of bed, and I was just banging on them with those. And then my dad walked by and he goes, "Oh, Joyce, I think he's a drummer. I think that's what's going on. He's a drummer." So then they figured out it wasn't nothing wrong with me. So they went ahead, they went ahead and there's still, there's something wrong with me. But anyway, I just started playing the drums. My father bought a pair of drums for the church and from the store, and I had to fight to play those drums because everybody was better than me. I was a little kid. I tried to fight. I'd play half a song, and then they'd kick me off. And so I'd have to get there early every Sunday just to be able to play on my own drums. And then finally I started paying attention to the people that were better than me. I took bits and pieces from each individual, and then I just put them all together until I could play the drums, until they had to sit there like I sit there. And then from there I just moved on. And what I'm playing today is a cajon. And this instrument right here was designed by the slaves because the slave masters would not let them play this instrument that we call the drums today, because it was a way of communication. They would communicate with these drums. So they didn't want them to use these drums. So they put together a drum out of a box. So, I mean, if you walked into a room and you seen this box, I mean, it could be anything. It could be, something to put your glass on, something to sit on, and it was usually made out of cheap wood that they could get their hands on or whatever. And so this eventually evolved into a Latin instrument. And I started playing this. I seen a Latino girl in San Francisco playing this drum. And then I walked into a music store and I seen it. I was familiar with it because I watched her play it, and I bought one. And so I've been playing the cajon ever since, alongside with my drums. And that's a little bit of history about me. And I appreciate you listening. And what inspires me? A lot of people around me, a lot of jazz musicians, Tony Williams, Elvin Jones, inspiration. Those are some of my favorite drummers, and a lot of the jazz comes from Africa as well. Really, the people around me, we as musicians, we take it for granted, but we have a lot. We have a lot to say on the way each other feels as well as the way each other progresses. I mean, you can practice the fundamentals, but you have to feel accepted, and you want to be seen when you play. So that's something we all need to work on as musicians, is to embrace each other and love each other, not be so narcissistic. Well, I'm going to pass this microphone.
Hello everyone, my name is Ray and I play the guitar. It's a pleasure being here. Well, thank you, I appreciate it. Well, I started playing the guitar when I was like 12 years, and since that moment, well, my father is a musician. His whole life has been a musician, and yeah, he right. Yeah, él sí. De hecho, él excelente, mejor aún. él ha sido músico toda su vida. Él me enseñó muchas bases. Y también yo por mi cuenta. I've been learning with friends and listening music. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. And lo que más me inspiró a tocar la guitarra fue, creo que esa pasión por la música. So, a mí me encanta la música. Yeah. And I love the music. I love every kind of music. But, algunas letras como que no me gustan y es por eso que no escucho algunas canciones. Pero en sí la música para mí me gusta mucho. I know how to play the guitar, a little bit of bass guitar, and drums too. But I believe my main is the guitar.
Muchísimas gracias. I look forward in listening to you guys play individually. Now you notice that I've been taking pictures. So I hope my flash doesn't get to you, but I like taking pictures of every musician doing their thing without you guys realizing it. Okay, so let's talk about the songs that you're going to play. I know that there's a story for each song, Juan Carlos, and I'd like for you to share it before you actually play the song, because I think that's really interesting. I had interviewed him once before, and I found some of those stories fascinating, you know, how the music comes about. Okay, this is Betty Ramirez right here on La Voz, La Voz, La Voz, on your community radio station. It is tvosj.org, and of course the band here is Juan Carlos and Co. So, let's hear you. Yes. Okay, looks to me like we're going to have to break a little bit. So remember, tell a friend, let somebody else know that they have a community radio station right here on it's Stockton, California, off the Miracle Mile. I like saying Mia de Milagros. We'll be right back.